Weeks have passed since we've last seen Class 88. Since that time, a rare chill swept through the city. But still, they ran, trained hard, studied, and endured. And though graduation remains distant, they move forward day by day.
Physical fitness, the whole class is progressing fine. They've all kept up in the run, push-ups have increased, sit-ups have increased, their pull-ups have increased, overall fitness level has increased. We're pushing it as hard as we can. And again, we see the progression. As they catch up, we push a little bit further.
Improving physically, I would think Cadet Duran. At first, during the runs, she was kind of slower than everyone else, but she's improving, she's pushing herself, which we love to see. As long as you're pushing yourself, and you're better than yesterday, that's all we ask for.
Cadet Duran has actually made a huge improvement, and I've actually talked to her one-on-one. I am very proud of her as far as she's came already. So day one, when we did PT, it was a struggle for her.
Come on, let's go, we can do this. We're not to get behind you, come on.
Let's go, Duran! Move!
And I know she wanted to stop at times, and I'm like, no, we're not gonna stop. We don't stop. And the improvement that I've seen, that girl's a fighter.
I don't like letting anybody down, and especially if my team is having to be punished or have to hold a front-leaning rest until I catch up. Like, that's not something that I want them to do. And so hearing them say, come on, Duran, it gives me that extra push to keep going, to push a little harder. I know when we first started running, it was hard. I was struggling. As the weeks went on, I got better. I started sticking with the group. I think it was a lot of getting out of my head. But I will say that I did get faster, but with me getting faster, they keep moving that bar. So it's not, okay, you reached this goal, you're done. It's, okay, you reached this goal, okay, what can we go for next? Seeing that I can do it, like, it feels so good after the runs, and I'm just like, okay, I belong here, like, I can do it. It took me a little while to get to where they are, but I'm hanging in with them, and always constantly improving.
Came into the academy weighing like 210, and I want to say now I'm sitting at 184. It's doing really good. All this working out, it gives me like this tick now. So on the weekends when I'm not working out, like, I have to go work out. I go to the gym. Makes me feel really healthy, especially they got us on a meal plan too.
I lost about 10 pounds, still losing. When I came in, I was around 250 something, and now down to 240s. Working my way to lower 240s, so I'm proud of myself. Feel like Captain America a little bit.
Well, I've definitely seen progression as far as like speed when it comes to running the mile and a half. Become a lot easier, I guess, to maintain my breath while doing it, which allows me to go a lot faster. I've lost about 10 pounds, so I've been seeing a lot of progress in my time when it comes to the row.
People have been saying that I've lost weight. I haven't noticed, but I guess it's just because it's just me seeing it. I haven't really been taking like progress photos or anything like that. So the run-on joke since the last interview was, I'm built for strength and not endurance.
I'm built for strength, not endurance, not endurance.
So I know it was all tongue-in-cheek and everything like that, and it was funny. However, that was an area of improvement that I needed. So I have been doing extra running and stuff like that in order to make sure that, I'm actually staying in formation with the group. Because again, we're supposed to do everything together. And if you're falling out in a run, there's really no difference than you falling out on a test because you didn't study properly. So
My overall fitness since joining the academy, I would say definitely improved. Strengths for sure. When I first came in, the thing I was struggling with was doing pull-up. I would like to think that I'm already pretty strong, but doing pull-up was more so like on kryptonite, honestly. But now over time that I find myself doing like sets of like, or reps of like 8 to 10, maybe 3 or 4 sets. So I definitely improved my stamina and endurance. It improved, but at the same time, I do have a lot of room to grow in that department.
I definitely improved. I think I was running a 12-minute mile when I first started, and now I'm at an 8-minute mile.
All the workouts, especially during class, every single time we have a break, we do push-ups, sit-ups, and pull-ups. Pull-ups are on Friday. We have a little challenge with us fellow cadets where, let's say we only have to do 20 push-ups each set. We kind of strive out and do more than 20, and we have a little goal of whoever can do the most.
I've noticed that, I'm starting to get stronger and faster in the things that we are doing, such as like running. I'm not that good at running, but I noticed that like my time has increased significantly from what it was when I started. When it comes down to the workouts outside, like, yeah, they can be difficult at times, but I don't have like trouble with them as much anymore. I'm able to do pull-ups now, which is actually a big goal of mine. No, I have not forgotten my tie or my belt. I forgot my belt and tie. Well, my heart dropped because I knew we were gonna get in trouble.
My name is Cadet Cabrales. At the beginning of the academy, I believe I was 210 or 205, and I now weigh 184. So I've lost a significant amount of weight and body fat. I've put on a little bit of muscle as well. I've built up more endurance when it comes to the runs. Before the academy, when I was preparing for the academy, I used to weigh 226. I had chubby cheeks, had a big belly. I'd kind of given up on myself, like on my image. I had long hair, beard. I just didn't care about the way I looked. But once I started preparing for the academy, cut my hair, shaved my face, started working out, lost over 40 pounds.
Every week on Monday, we have to have everything turned in. Everything has to be ready prior. All of our notes have to be pretty much exactly the same. Pretty much they expect perfection.
So the notebook is any notes that they take during the week, any class that they're taking. On Mondays, the notebook is due, as well as their handout book. It needs to be organized. It needs to be accurate. I have to look at everything to make sure that everything is correct. And I have to go through each and every single notebook and mark it out. And they have to make corrections before the following Monday. Every Monday, they turn in 2 notebooks. Cadet Walters turned in a notebook once that was wet, like he dropped water on it. And when I brought him in and I said, look at your notebook, it was completely wet on the bottom, all the sheets. And he's like, I don't know how that happened. And I said, it's not like I got a bottle of water, just said, oh, I'm going to mess with Walters today. And he's like, yes, ma'am, it's wet. I don't know why it's wet. It wasn't like that when I brought it in.
Look, I don't know what happened, right? I swear, I woke up that morning, the bag barely gets touched when I get to the house. My binder, stay in the bag. I come that morning, everything's fine. Checked it out, smooth. That afternoon, I went and picked up my binders, and Officer Trevino was like, what's going on with the wet binder, Walters? I'm like, what are you talking about, ma'am? And she showed the binder was wet. I'm in a position I can't ask any questions. So we have Miller and Gunner. So they're the ones who make the Quizlets. Miller, I call him like the granddad of the class. He just makes sure that everybody's taken care of. Like what I tell you, if you look at his locker, it's like a little miniature apartment. He has all his compartments of everything you need, and not just for himself, for everybody. And then Gunner, he's like one of the older guys. He's like the big brother. You look at him, and he's the one that just looks at you and looks like you're being stupid.
Walters is pretty easy to talk about. Which like that could be a good thing, but he always calls me like his older brother because I'm always giving him a hard time. I'm always like, man, why you? If you just don't talk as much. Next time you have a question, wait until the break, ask me, and then I'll tell you if you should ask it. I try to help him, and he's just like, man, I'm good. Like I'm like, all right, well, yeah, that's just how he is, man. Everybody loves him. He's just one of those guys. Like you can't not love the guy. He's just one of those people, class clown type. But the academy would be different if he wasn't here. So.
Report writing is actually one of my things that I kind of actually enjoy. Being able to write good reports not only allows you to go home on time, just in case you have like a big case you have to work on, and if you write a good enough report there, if it do go to trial, you get called to the stand, then you'll be able to answer the questions that they throw at you with limited hesitation. I would say Trevino's class, family violence, just because it's like I take things like that serious. So just hearing like how to be able to looking at certain things and individuals, like it really opened up my mind differently, and to being able to see like when somebody's basically asking for help, you know.
Family violence was like a little ick, not like an ick, but like in a good way, because I always wanted to know what the whole situation, the step-by-step details we had to do and all of that. So, but all the stories, all the videos that we saw, all the reports that we went through, it was kind of difficult to go through all that, and I feel like the whole class actually talked about it together. Like, man, that was a pretty tough call, and that was a pretty tough report, stuff like that.
Probably family violence. When Officer Trevino taught, it was pretty interesting, I guess you could say. It was the narcotics one as well, with the health and safety code.
We actually had some active police officers and investigators from the crash division, and I did not know that I was actually going to be impressed by that division, but to see them share my disdain for dangerous, bad, terrible drivers, that opened up a possible avenue for me to possibly go into.
6, B-boy.
The first major class that the cadets go through that's pretty intense is Penal Code. Penal Code is dealing with the laws and punishment within the state of Texas. It's a lot of information. We go over about 500 different offenses within the Penal Code. From day one, they are nervous. They're like, this is a lot of information. I just make sure to tell them that it's very important that we have to read it out the book to know verbatim what each offense is telling us about. I introduce games. It's like almost like Jeopardy style games. I have little buzzers for the cadets to hit. I'm the host of these games, and I stand in front of the class, making it a little bit more fun for them to get involved and to have a little friendly competition between classmates.
I was to break the windshield of my ex-girlfriend's car. What can I be charged with? Criminal mischief. Very good. A person commits an offense if the person explodes or ignites fireworks with the intent to interfere with the lawful performance of an official. Yes.
So the questions can be based on, if I hit somebody, what offense can I be charged with? And obviously we know assault if we hit someone. And then I could break it down even further to, okay, if I get arrested for assault, what is my punishment?
This is information that this is new to all of us. You know, I didn't know what failure to maintain speed really meant before I came in here. This is not hard information to take in, but it's information that you have to focus for.
Any firearm that is designed, made, or adapted. Handgun. Very good.
Officer Garrett actually did a pretty good job of incorporating everything by making us play a Jeopardy game. We would actually compete in teams, well, the left side of the room versus the right side of the room. We were a bit competitive in the class. So if you do guess like a wrong answer, you would actually do like push-ups or sit-ups. So half of the class were doing push-ups, the other class was chilling in the seat. So obviously this didn't want to do push-ups, so we would definitely try.
This means cause that would commonly produce a degree of anger, rage.
Sudden passion?
No. Means cause that would commonly produce a degree of anger, rage, resentment, or terror in a person of ordinary temper.
Adequate cause?
Adequate cause. If the person is guilty of this, the state can seek the death penalty.
Capital felony?
Capital felony, very good.
To me, the game, I feel like it helped a lot. It got you like thinking, like you had to go right on the spot.
Officer Garrett did an amazing job with Penal Code.
The Jeopardy game did actually make it more enjoyable and helpful because, if I'm being honest, the class was boring, just reading from the book, PowerPoints. But what really helped you to remember it was the Jeopardy games. Those were really fun. I really enjoyed them.
Their days are built on routine, discipline, and repetition. But every so often, the instructors disrupt the rhythm. New and unpredictable challenges presented without warning, because the world they're preparing for isn't scripted, and neither is this.
Horizon's coming up. A little spiritual vibes going on. God did. That's all I'm thinking the whole time.
The scenario is kind of like, hey, you're like clearing out a building. Like you don't have time, it's like an active shooter or something like that. Hey, you gotta get in the building, apprehend the suspect. So it's like, man, you gotta move quick.
It was definitely challenging. It was one of the hardest things that I've done while in the academy. It's one of those things where we figure it out while we're there. Oh, God.
It doesn't look that intimidating until you actually start running, sprinting up it. And then Officer Bright added a little activity where we had to catch the person ahead of us. And then some of the instructors, they'd like to play games with us, so they were the ones trying to chase us. And if they caught us, it was 40 push-ups. So let's just say a lot of people got caught.
Nobody.
Sucked. Hamstrings are killing me. First couple ones were easy. Got to like the fifth, sixth one going up and down. Started to get to me, started getting tired.
The squats, that was probably one of the worst parts. Climbing up the actual tower all the way to the top and then doing squats with the wind blowing. It's pretty extreme.
Well, I threw up a little bit before the squats, but eventually I was able to join. It wasn't bad, but after like the first time going up wasn't bad, and then going down was just like, I could just start like feeling it all over my legs.
I know in my mind I wanted my body to move, and I didn't feel tired. It's just my legs, they didn't want to move. I felt like I had to keep thinking, okay, the bad guy's right there. I need to catch him.
Come on, Dron, let's go. Push, Dron, push hard, fast feet. Fast feet, let's go. Push, fast feet, Dron.
It was frustrating because my legs just didn't want to move, but it was definitely exhausting.
Come on! There you go! There you go! Get up there! Come on,
It's just 10 times worse after doing 100 squats and then having to do it again afterwards because someone decided to say, hey, this is a piece of cake.
Missed the step, we're out there on the run, trying to roll my ankles. Yeah, I'm good. Okay. Okay. I mean, was cake? No.
Hey, this was cake!
No,
In front of the camera, he said it was cake!
No.
Hey, Brandon, they got at least one more! So it's cake!
I wasn't talking about it. I wasn't talking about it.
Cupcake, right?
I wasn't talking. No.
Probably two more!
I wasn't talking about this. I wasn't talking about this. My injury was this cake. Like, yeah, I can take it.
It sounded like my run was cake.
No, my injury. So Walters, I don't know. I guess he was feeling himself, and he said, "Oh, man, this was cake." After we ran up and down the tower like 8 times already, they made us do 2 more sets.
So it's the times where you kind of look at Walters a little different throughout the hallways and throughout the day. But no, it's all love.
One of our cadets after that 6th one thought it was good. It was pretty easy. He said it was cake. And so us being good instructors, looking out for their welfare, we decided to add 2 more extra tower runs. But it's kind of special because we put Walters in the front since it was so cake. And the rule is if the person behind you catches you and taps you on the back, you owe 40 push-ups for every time they touch you. So I decided to put Walters right there in front of me and make him pay the price.
Go!
Honestly, I was saying that more for a mental situation, help me push it through, make it seem like it wasn't that hard, but it was difficult.